Hey guys, what's going on? FYMUpon here, and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Since we last left off, rather, we had finished the Season of Bloom, and we did a few other things here and there, but for the most part we left it there and just, well, we're ready to continue onward. So for this stream, I suspect we will be doing Kingdom Edicts, Kingdom Growth, and whatnot. There might be a few quests, I'm not sure, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So, without further ado, let's just get into things and see what happens. So yeah. I personally don't know what's going to happen within this time frame, but if there's something interesting, I'm sure we'll figure it out and go from there, but it really depends, because all we know is, at least for the moment, is that, well, it's hard to say. The point is, we're not going to be finding anything of interest for this stream, I don't think. But if there is something, then it'll show up, most likely. However, before we do anything, I want to see if we have any other quests that we need to finish. It doesn't look like we have anything aside from the ancient formula. So what we're probably going to do, real quick, is first go to Bokken, so that way we can get him those books. So we're going to quickly deliver the books, is what we're going to do. Then we're going to return back to town, and then we're going to continue on. There's a reason I'm doing it early on, but to give you guys a rough idea, by doing the quests regarding Bokken stuff, well, it yields good results, put simply. Okay, we're looking at an exhausted party speed, but that's fine. Shouldn't be too... Oh, hold on. Ah, come on. Alright, let's load. I guess we're doing the save shenanigans once again.
Adventures can wait.
I might have to quickly save here, just to save scum it to some extent. But other than that, we're fine. For the stream title, or at least for the save, we should probably go with... Oh god. That'll work. Alright. Apologies for that. Let's continue on. We should be fine, I think, but we'll see. 19, 20, 21, 22. Let us do a quick save here. And we can continue on. Let's see. Did we get success? Yep, we got Triumph even, which is going to be helpful. Alright. We're still in the worried status, unfortunately, but we can't really change that. The best thing we can do is try and get our stability leveled up. And for that, we're going to need to level up stability, so that's just something we're going to have to do at some point. But we can actually help alleviate that some by upgrading one of our towns. I do believe we... Okay, we're lacking in BP, but... we can quickly get 200 BP and build some stuff real quick. Alright, the focus should be stability, I believe. And we can do that with barracks, I believe. Okay, so a bulletin board would be the obvious choice. We can make a school. Which is gains +1 divine when adjacent to a shrine. and +1 military when adjacent to a barracks. We get it free anyway, so that's fine. +1 economy when adjacent to a tavern or longhouse. We're going to definitely want the wooden wall, so let's make that first. Okay, we're going to want Narzil's weapon shop, I believe. We're going to want Varsak's weapon shop. We are going to want the... what is it? The longhouse. Put that there. Okay, we'll need the barracks next, I think. But we can easily get that later. What I should get, though, is the bulletin board, though. So I'll put the bulletin board, I guess, here for now. And the school should probably go here, where the shrine will be, or the barracks will be here, right, and the shrine should probably be here. That way you can place a statue there. Or monuments, something like that. The point is, we'll be able to make things rather easily. Of course, it's a little expensive right now, so that is a downside, but that's fine. We'll live with it. Once the edicts go through, we'll be fine. Alright, let's go to Oleg and talk with him real quick. And we should be good for the most part, I do believe.
I tire.
Okay. We are currently exhausted, unfortunately, but that's fine. We should be fine if we just talk with Bokken and be good with it. About those tasks, is this the book you want me to find? Yep. Here's the second volume, here's the third. Alright. Show me what you got while I'm here, I guess. Price in descending order. I got some stuff I can sell, so might as well. It's extra money after all, and it'll help with edicts, I guess. Cold iron, great sword, or long sword. I don't need cold iron. Frost composite longbow. Keep it? Do I? Well, the only strength-based builds I have are... what? Steven, Samuel, and... yeah, it's just Steven and Samuel, so... I guess I'll keep it for Steven. Or I could use a javelin. That is also an option. Shot greatsword, +1, no. Hair splitter. Agile, finesse wielding, a stock, nope. Decapitator, enchantment +2, furious and keen, nope. Agile light pick. +3 finesse wielding, I mean, it is a +3 weapon, it's ×4. Ooh. I'll keep those for now. I can't really think of anything I want to do with them yet, but we'll figure something out. Banded mail +3, though. Do I want that? That is the question. Probably not. But we'll see, we'll see. We don't need an amulet of Mighty Fist +1. Energy source will keep. Physical perfection will keep. The +4's bracers of armor should be sold. Anything else will be fine. Alright, price in descending order. We got anything we want. There is potions of cure moderate. I'll buy those. Buy the cure lights. Bokken, I wish he would have cure serious, but no. Instead, he does have cure moderate scrolls, at least, so I can grab those real quick. Restoration lesser. Let's grab all those, because Restoration lesser is actually fantastic to have. Okay, I can't think of anything else we need, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go over here. We're going to go quickly rest, and then we will head back. Alright. Is there anything? How's life in trading post? Good. Alright. Let's go up the stairs. There we go. And quickly do a rest. But before we do, let's see if there's any inventory we can grab. Which we can. Alright. Nice. Nothing in a personal stash, nothing around, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of, anyways, and yeah, let's go. Alright, let's dip. And let's skedaddle. I don't think I've missed anything. No, no. Alright. Let's dip. Okay, let's see. Well, the obvious choice is to go back to Tuskdale. So we're going to quickly do that. And we should be good for the most part. Because we are currently light load, we should be moving super fast. We'll avoid the enemies. Or peaceful travelers, I guess. I thought they were enemies, but whatever. I would assume it's just a skeleton, so... Alright, who's this? Oh, 1 second. Okay, so unfortunately I have to take a small little break. It's only going to take 5 minutes, I think. But hopefully it doesn't take longer than that, but if it does, then I will have to postpone stream. But it shouldn't, so I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and I will be back with you shortly. And we can get back into the narration. Alright, apologies for the small delay, but let's get... yeah. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for the long delay. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't exactly expecting that, but it wasn't too bad. Nothing too specific. Okay. Valerie rubs her temple thoughtfully. Your baronry requires a diplomat, Stephen Armstrong. Relationships with our neighbors require special attention. Appoint a new advisor to manage this aspect of your baronry. But before you transfer these responsibilities to someone else, I would like to make one suggestion. No country can ignore the interests of its citizens who travel beyond its borders. Our most active trade relations and cultural exchanges are with Ravoy. I suggest we arrange with them to build a consulate in their capital. Then all your subjects who visit there can enjoy our support and protection. As I see it, it's a worthy investment. Well, it'll increase the relations. Sure, why not? Let's us build a consulate in Brevoy. Then I shall make the necessary arrangements. Indeed. It also works for spying, so that's a plus. A pathetic-looking elf stands before you. His clothes are wrinkled, his cheeks are scratched, and his nose is swollen like he suffered a heavy blow. He glances around with a haunted look and bows. My name is Saratine. Mistress Nazil was supposed to have given me a gift for your grace, but I'm afraid we might have a bit of a problem here. Mistress Narzil has been working hard on a special gift for you, but one of her apprentices, Detail, went mad after he touched the blade that was meant to be presented to you. He grabbed it and just ran off as fast as he could. I saw it with my own eyes. Now Detail is missing. I've come to you in secret to ask you for help. Maybe you or one of your advisors could get to the bottom of this. My mistress would rather see... my mistress would rather see the whole thing buried. After all, the sword that drove him mad was meant for you. Who are you? The elves eye you in astonishment. Me? I'm Sartine, assistant and servant of Mistress Narzil. She teaches me her craft. I've been dreaming of becoming a weaponsmith ever since I was a child. My father was a master too. His swords were famous. Unfortunately, he went bankrupt while I was still too young to learn. He withered away and never got to teach me skills. But the mistress gave me another chance. Tell me about Nazril. The elf's enthusiasm is almost pathetic. I'm Mistress Narzil's assistant. It's a great honor. She's a genius. Her knowledge of weapons know no bounds. Although it's scary sometimes, you know. Anyways, I'm not complaining. I'm happy to serve her. Does Nazril mistreat you? The elf froze up his hands in fear. Not at all. She's the most magnificent weaponsmith I've ever met in my entire life. I'm lucky she even noticed me. She's made me so happy. I wish I weren't so stupid and clumsy, or I'd be more worthy to help her. But I try as hard as I can. What gift are you talking about? Sartine shrugs. I don't know. The mistress said I couldn't touch it, but I heard her ask Detail to take it to you. I'll see what I can do. The elf bows low once again. Good. Alright, it appears that a quest has appeared, and we're going to have to grab that when we get the next chance. But otherwise, the opportunity is finished, and we're good to go. We can support the Regent's endeavors if we so desire, but the key thing is we now have the position for the Grand Diplomat, which is probably going to be settled by Lindsay, I think. At least I think. She would be the best because, well, she seeks the middle ground, and that's something we could do with. I'd rather have a fair diplomat than a good one. Well, a good one would be preferable, but both is always an option. I can support the curator if I so desire. But I'm definitely going to need to buy BP, though, real quick. Let's just get a straight 100, so we're back in evens. We can settle up a trade agreement, I think. At the very least, with Mega Varn might be a good option. Miavan is also an option, but we're going to need more BP, so... Let's quickly get 50, and let's settle the trade agreement with 15 days. There we go. And worst case, we can have the diplomat handling the majority of the issues and edicts. So we got that plus going for us. Huh. Alright, how's our advisor team looking, though? We're mainly using people from the story, so that's good. We will have to, well, 1 second. Let's take you out for a sec. What sort of other advisors can we use? Well, the storyteller is the best curator so far, so I'll keep him there. But otherwise, everybody else should be fine, as is. I just have to organize their stats accordingly. So for Ragomgar, it's Strength. Counselor Tristan, it's Wisdom. Valerie should probably focus on Charisma. What else? Int for Jubilist. It's Wisdom for Harem. It's Charisma for Lindsay, I believe. Okundayo is Constitution, I think. The Curator shouldn't be worried about, but it's definitely Charisma, I think. Or Wisdom. I'm not sure. Well, the point is, the focus should be good. Alright, let's see. Akundayo, I want you to focus your... Well, this gives Con and Dex, so I guess both would be viable here. Alright, let's see how your level up goes. 10. Eh. There we go. Okay, archery. I guess improved critical would be the best choice. Or I could get point blank master. I guess improved critical is the best choice. Choose one type of weapon. Your threat range is doubled. So basically, we should be good. Alright, favorite enemies. We've got giant humanoids already as a focus, and magical beasts. Okay. Well, I've already got giant humanoids and magic beasts, so that's not a huge issue. But we should definitely focus on Fae, I think. Because that will be another focus that we have to worry about, I think. So we'll focus on Fae. And for the key focus, we should probably go with... I guess giant humanoids, why not? Because that is his preferred choice, after all. I mean, why not, after all? Oh, here we go. We have to choose our focus. Well, I mean, if he's using a bow, I should probably do with a focus of a longbow, then. Is there composites? No. Okay. Then yeah, let's go composite a longbow as a focus, and he'll just have a better crit with it, which is always nice. All right. Of course, this won't change much beyond that, but hey, at the very least, he's got his buffer. Valerie needs charisma more than anything because of her edicts, so we'll place that helm with allure. We've got the belt of physical perfection. I don't think anybody else needs that aside from our warden, I think, but even then, he should be fine. Ragongar, you're currently level 9, so you should be fine. We need to wait until we're level 12 before anything is vital importance. Yeah. No, there's nothing really that sticks out to me, from the looks of it anyways. I guess before we go, I guess I can put this on Tristan, just in case. You never know, after all. Belt of Mighty Constitution +4. You know what? Let's remove that. Akundayo, you can have this belt instead. And we can figure out what we can do with the belt of physical form here. Let's see. Who's going to be using a boost to Dex and Con? That's the question, isn't it? I guess the key focus would probably be Monsoon, I would assume. But anything goes, I think. Well, physical perfection would be good on Mistral, so let's give her that, I guess. Sundowner, you're fine because you already got it. Samuel, you're already good because you got physical might. I guess Monsoon is the best choice here. E. Alright, Ragongar. You've got a Belt of Giant Strength +4, so you're fine there. Harem, you're fine because Wisdom. Jubilus is good. Amiri, you should be fine, I think. I'm not sure. We'll leave you for now. I don't need the Tiefling Sisters, but Lindsay, on the other hand, is going to need charisma herself, which I will sort out later. But for now, she should be fine. Alright. I guess the only thing to do now is handle that quest. Or at least the small quest that was given to us. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, if I need to. I guess I can while I leave. Let's see. Once Lindsay is done with the trade agreement with Patax, then I'll probably replace it with Bartholomew. Because why not? Okay, now, if I recall correctly, our quest entails that we need to talk to Nazriel, who should be over here in the Shambling Steppes village. So, shouldn't take too long. Oh, what's this? Grand Diplomat wants to discuss important matters. The darkness retreats in the Tenebrous Steppes. Okay. Looks like we got 2 objectives now. Well, I wasn't expecting you to go to the Tenebrous Steppes, but we could probably do that while we're, you know, doing all this jazz. Alright. Alright, now we just gotta talk with her, who should be over here. Here we go. A heavily armed Nazril eyes you suspiciously, but she sounds welcoming enough. I heard the news that one of your assistants has gone missing. Nazriel winces and looks embarrassed. It's so humiliating that you've learned of it. Something went wrong with my weapon. It was meant to be a gift for you. But Detail went crazy and he took it. He fell into a fury and ran off. If a faulty blade with my mark gets into someone else's hands, my reputation will be ruined. I beg you, Your Grace, help me. I don't think this idiot could have gone far. He may still be near the river. Bring me back the blade, and I will never let you down again, I swear. The elven woman falls silent. She frowns as if trying to remember something. Oh, but of course. Please be sure Detail, my other apprentice... Or rather, be sure to save Detail, my other apprentice, if it's not too much trouble. Alright, I have to go. Let's get the spoiled gift. And if I recall correctly, we can do another thing that I've been meaning to do. Oh, one sec. Alright, nothing to worry about. I just have to get the AC unit upstairs when I get the chance, but that's something for later. That is IRL stuff that we have to worry about, or I have to worry about, rather. Alright, now if I recall correctly, yep, we have to go to the Gunwood River to get the gift. In addition, we can see about fighting that creature that was left behind here. Because there is indeed something that we have to fight in this area. We just have to make sure we do so. I do believe that the dude who went crazy should be on this side. Yep. Bingo. There we go. Not too hard.
Adventures can wait.
Skin, and let's talk to Detail. When he sees you, the elf crouches in fear, hiding something in his arms. Have you come to take it? No, it's mine. Leave me alone. A grimace of pain and madness has captured his face. It's far too valuable. You can't own it. I'm the only one who can. Do you hear me? I'm the only one who can protect it. Everyone else wants it to themselves, but I'm not giving it away. I've been hiding. I can hide it from you too. Don't come closer. The elf is staring at you, froth dripping from his lips. Who the hell are you? The elf listens in astonishment. Me? Detail. No, I am insubordinate. I served Nazril, and now I serve it. It is more important. I'm a friend. Don't get me wrong, but that thing is playing tricks on your mind. You must give it to me. The elf is beginning to understand. Yes. No. The thief is trying to fool me. Go away. You can't have it. Thief. Hey, there's a rogue behind your back. Toss it to me before he steals it. The elf turns around, startled, but doesn't let go of the thing in his hands. Hey, are you trying to trick me? Thief! Alright, I'm done with this. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The elf snaps back at you with his teeth dog-like. Try to take it. I'll bite off your fingers. You should have given it to me willingly.
Hey!
Well, we failed, but that's fine. Oof. Powerful stone.
Adventures can wait.
Alright, well, he's got some enchanted gear, but that's fine. It's a shame that we had to kill him, but that's just how it goes, I guess. What did we get? Managed to get some items and whatnot, but otherwise nothing too special. As for the cursed weapon, it's supposed to cast fear on enemies, but for some unknown reason, it's poisoned the mind of its owner first. The curse has since lost its power, and the sword has now turned into an ordinary blade. Well, it's a shame it had to kill somebody, but whatever. Alright, let us return back to the shambling steps and get going. It's not the perfect resolution to a situation, but hey. At times, you just need to get the job done. For better or worse. Nazril is gazing at you, almost without blinking like an owl. Take away this dangerous thing. It poisoned the mind of one of your assistants. The elven woman carefully takes the blade from your hands. She bows politely. There's honey in her voice. I'm terribly sorry. What an unbelievable failure. I would never have allowed a faulty blade to get into your hands. That's what we need quality control for, right? I promise you will receive your gift. Please, give me a little more time. I hope the items I send with Sartine will fend off boredom while you wait in the capital of the true masterpiece. Alright. Well, let's go. Now we just have to wait for the gift, which is going to take time, most likely. But hey, that's par for the course, isn't it? Alright, Farask. Alright. Nothing too special. He'll probably come see us if he needs anything, but, you know, that's just par for the course when it comes to, getting artisans on your side. Now, if I do recall correctly, the Tenebrous Depths have sorted themselves out, but I won't actually be doing the Tenebrous Depths just yet today, I think. Not until we hit Act 4, I think. At least that's the plan. Okay, our descent was halted, but yeah, it's done. Okay, Grand Diplomat wants to discuss important dealios. So let's enter, let's go to the throne room, and let's see what's what. Alrighty, let's see. This will only take a moment. Really, it's nothing, but I do need your advice. Some hunters from Patax are wandering the outskirts of your baronry. If you ask me, I don't care. There's enough game for everyone. But the locals are outraged. What kind of barony is it, if just anyone can cross our borders? We're not going to introduce border patrols because of a couple of does got shot, right? Right? She shrugs. We will lose out on relations if we do this, but we will protect the baronry some. So it's really a choice of loss of community and stability versus relations. I think we need to increase border control immediately. Lindsay lets out a disappointed moan. Seriously? Just because someone got lost while they were hunting? We could just pretend we didn't notice. Yeah, no. We can't be that stupid. Yeah, no, it's probably for the right that we remove Lindsay from the Grand Diplomat position. She's not the best choice. Alright, support the Grand Diplomat endeavors. I guess we could support the Curator, get his stats up. I think the best course of action is to save now, and get the Edicts running. Because it's not like we can do much else beyond that, so... It's just a question of whether we want to claim areas or not. I'll avoid claiming for now, just focus on getting the Edicts and events going. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Culture has reached rank 2, which is nice. The opportunity is successful. Defenders of the Land has been activated, as is laying a foundation, and a trade agreement has been signed. Okay, we'll remove Lindsay from the position, and while Bartholomew is a little lower on the scale, we'll just have him focused on there. A letter from Mager Varn. Okay. Accursed things. Something strange is happening. Residents are complaining of strange misfortunes. Okay. I think the best choice here is to... Let's go with Harem, because he favors odd solutions. Combat priests. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I could put in my militarist. Or I could level him up first before I do consider it. Okay, actually, let's change it to Ukundeo. That way I can put Harem on this job instead. And that way I have a chance to actually level up our general, which will be likely our next edict for this. Restoration to the Bronzefield Fortress can wait. I can, however, put the trade agreement with Mivon on point. And that will boost BP by 1 at the very least per week, so having that is nice. Let's see the letter with Mager Varn. Alright, let's see. Finally, good news, Your Grace. Mager Varn, the ruler of Varnhold, has sent aid. Together with goods came messenger with a letter for you. Here, please take it. A wand of prayer and good hope. Jesus. That's not bad. Huh. Unfazed by the awkward silence, Bokken searches through his bag for quite a while. Finally, he puts out a sizable brown paper package. There you go, a little something from old Bokken. Alright. Thank you. You may go now. And it appears to be a ring of some kind, so that's sure to be valuable or interesting, to put it lightly. Why would you look at that? Svetlana sent you a letter. It seems she's worried about old Bokken. The letter is very emotional. Okay, it seems like we got more tasks ahead of us. Oh boy. The Acrebic Ring. When the ring's wearer attacks with bombs, they deal an additional d6. And it goes for 810 gold. I think giving it to Jubilist is probably for the best, because I can't really think of anybody else who's going to use it, so yeah, might as well. Alright, let's see. What boost have we got for mobility? Alright, let's see. We're looking for mobility here, so... Monsoon... Sundowner is probably the best choice here. But he's already got Boots of Elvenkind, so... I guess Monsoon would be the next best choice, so let's give him those. Because why not? Okay, from there we should be good. I can't really think of anything else after all. But we will have to talk with Bokken at some point, so there is that. I don't think we're going to be an issue if we wait, but I will save just in case. Alright. Before we go, actually, let me check that letter that we got from Mager Varn. I think it's here. Let us go from newest to oldest. Alright, so we got 2 letters. Alright. Most Honorable Baron Stephen Armstrong, this is your good neighbor Mager Varn, the ruler of Varnhold writing. The terrible news that your lands are being swarmed by loathsome monsters has just reached me. Without wishing to cast any doubt on your valor and combat prowess, I nevertheless dare suggest my help in these dark times. Unfortunately, I cannot lend you my sword. All my warriors are busy protecting our roads. There have been too many bandits in Dunsword. But as a sign of utmost respect, I send some valuable resources along with this letter. Let them serve you and your people well in these harsh days. I am sure that you would do the same in my place, and would never leave Varnhold without help. Therefore, do not perceive this as an attempt to indebit you to myself. My help is free. I offer it of my own volition. Baronries like ours need to stick together in a steadfast alliance. If one falls, the others will follow. Together we can withstand any menace, even in the likes of that the stolen lands are famed for. P.S. I dare not insist, knowing your hardship, but I do remind you that I would be delighted to welcome you into Varnhold at any time. Respectfully yours, Baron Mager Varn. And a letter from Svetlana. Your Grace, I hope that the matters of the state in this land of ours are indeed all fine and well, and what troubles there are don't weigh too heavily on your mind. I write to ask you to check our local herb doctor, Bokken. The poor old man is losing his mind. He spends all day and night stooped over his cauldron. He looks about to lash it out at anyone, especially those he doesn't know. He even snarls at me and Oleg, which he'd never let himself do before. Please, come and see him before this old codger loses his mind completely. May Rostel save him. We've no one to turn to but you. Hoping you come as soon as possible, I remain. Very truly yours, Svetlana Leviton. Alright then. It seems Bokken's going mad. From the potions, most likely. Which is fine, I guess. No, we need to actually go into the thing and save real quick. Do a quick save, and we can level up our general, I guess. And this should be rank 4, which would mean we... Oh, hold on. Something strange is happening in the region. Residents are complaining of strange misfortunes. Someone must be casting spells to harm the Baronry's subjects. The reason and the culprit must be discovered. Alright, the general's endeavors have been done. The accursed things have been resolved. And unfortunately the combat priests were failed, but that's par for the course. So let us quickly load that up and try again to get a success, because we need lots of those. Alright. Confront Nazriel. Oh god. What happens? Okay, Combat Priest has been done. Nice. And Open Guard Headquarters is done. Nice. High Priest, General, and Tragedy at the Mine. Oh god. Okay. I guess Valerie can sort that problem out. Because Jubilist and Bartholomew are busy. How long until the trade agreement is done? 1 day, so that's actually okay. Should be attended before 1 of Gozran. Bugger it. We'll have Valerie take the lead on that. It's fine. Alright, let's see what the High Priest and General have to offer. And because of the quests, we can probably dip and deal with Bokken as well, I think. Harem looks at you attentively from under his bushy brows. A god's crier has come onto your lands, but he is not another of one of Caden's barkers or Rastal's preachers. Oh no, he is a priest of the speakers of the depths, ancient gods whose names are forgotten in these lands. He bears the message of the speakers to your subjects, and he has already gathered his first worshippers. I see no reason to interfere. Let the people choose whatever faith they wish. But people are displeased, mainly the followers of Erastil, and among our citizens there are many. They say that evil hides under the cover of this strange religion, but this is folly. Still, you must decide what to do about this new faith in your lands. I have never heard of these speakers of the depths. Who are they? The world is full of amazing gods, Stephen Armstrong, but there are some strange things one should never touch. The speakers of the depths may be harmless, or they may hold the key to the gate of destruction. Death and oblivion await us all, either way. So why fear the inevitable and plot against those who are different from you? I don't need to kill this preacher. And going by the Stephen Armstrong natural reaction, he is a man of the people, and if I do recall correctly, let them fight their own wars, so he's not going to get involved, I don't think, not in this circumstance. I allow this preacher to profess his faith in my lands. Why not? Your decision is merciful. I shall inform him that he has your permission. Define protection from poison. Ooh, that's not bad. More than anything, it's interesting. Good to know. Rugongar has a strange look in his eyes, and his speech is confused. Ah, well. How you doing, your chief to see? You know, I've seen a miracle. Gorm himself honored one of my commanders with a gift. He turns pathetic weaklings to fierce spawns of the abyss, able to defeat anyone with their bare hands. You know how? Potions, he says. He got his fighters drunk, and they're not what you'd call fighters. All he's got is weaklings in his squad, but they all went like they were battle crazy, fighting anyone who steps in their way. Pure gold, that's what the potion is. Rugongar's mania suddenly fades. He speaks quietly. I've been thinking, let's make all of our fighters take these potions. Then you'll have an army of real cutthroats. They won't care about death, pain, fear, or really have any feelings at all. They'll kill without hesitation, burn villages to the ground without a second thought. What do you say? Okay. Increases military by 1. Alchemical homebrew. Increase military by 1 for each achieved triumph, and reduce the military by 1 for each achieved disaster, if I go with the middle option. Or I could go with the potions and just focus on it. Alchemical addictive. Increases military by 1 for each achieved success or triumph. and reduces military by 1 for each achieved failure and disaster. Okay. So basically, anytime I succeed or get a triumph, then I'm gaining a bonus of 1 military. Sure, why not? I like the idea of these potions. Let every soldier drink them if they really help. Whatever they lack in power, they'll make up for this with this magic. Well, hold on. What's the potion's effect? Is it dangerous, though? Ragongar's eyes grow dead. The half-orc looks away from you. The quietest time is just before the thunderstorm, and then drip, drop, plip, plop. And then it bursts and flashes. Your soul groans and whizzes. The wind howls and the thunder strikes. Ragongar licks his lips dry. He seems unaware of the electricity arcing between his fingers. And you are the storm. No one can stop you. That's how it works. I tried it. I know what I'm talking about. Sure, why not? Let's let it happen. Starting tomorrow, we'll have the potion production in every camp. It'll turn your weaklings into real headhunters. Just point them into battle and stay out of their way. Sure, why not? We got a berserk army. Alright, that's the High Priest and the General sorted. Have we got any other objectives? I guess we can upgrade the General and the High Priest if we so desire. I think our next objective is to support the High Priest's endeavors. I do believe the Warden is equally as important here. Yeah, no, if I get the Warden, then I can sort some problems out, so... First, what I'm going to do is I am going to quickly go into... Well, I'm going to quickly go out and sort out some quests. Namely the accursed one that the weaponsmith is dealing with, and then I can go over to Bokken. Oh, is there more? A project. Divine Protection Poison. Okay. Well, I mean, if we're not going to be focusing on the Divine, then let's just throw down a Poison Immunity into claimed regions. Because, why not? Poison Immunity is fantastic, actually. Okay, with that, we just need to go over to the village, and then go over to Bokken. Okay, let's go here. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Alright, let's see the issue. Oh, hello. Several figures clad in dark clothes stand before you. The darkness hides their bodies, and hoods drape their features in shadow. Baron Stephen Armstrong, no fear, your time has come. Who are you? Great Mother, ancestress of monsters, Lamashtu herself has called upon us to track you down and deal with you the way you deserve. Your deed, which opened new hearts to Lamashtu, didn't go unnoticed. You trembled and stepped back before the image of the Great Mother, having left her children unharmed. The goddess graces those who fear her wrath, and stays their hand from her progeny. You let me go in peace, allowed me to spread my faith in these lands. For that, I prayed to Lamashtu, and asked her to bless you, for you are a true protector of her cult. Your mercy for children of Lamashtu and your protection of those who bow before the Great Mother must be rewarded. The goddess herself revealed her will to us through the nightmares. We must give glory to the Baron, who honors the cult of Lamashtu, and grants him the blessing of the goddess. Are you ready to accept the gift of Lamashtu? I'm ready to take the blessing of the Great Goddess. Why not? Fuck it. Bow before the Great Mother and accept her protection. The cultist raises his hand and begins an incantation. As the somber chanting continues, the darkness gathers around you, thick and wet. It sticks to your clothes and your hands, and clots your hair and face. The fluid gathers on your head like a crown, then flows, almost molasses-like, down your cheeks and your forehead, then seeps into the corner of your eyes, eagerly, hungrily. As it touches your eyes, pain courses through you, and your vision becomes black, then a flickering of grays and whites, like 1,000 tiny insects were making knife cuts across your vision. Stepping back and rubbing your eyes frantically, you open them and realize that you can now see in darkness, almost as if it were day. The pain in your eyes subsides, leaving only slight tingling behind your eyes. Okay. Apparently I can see in darkness now. Nice. I can vibe with that. Alright, well, there shouldn't be anything else, but I'll check just to be sure. It's probably nothing, though. Most likely. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay. In that case, we'll just quickly dip. But yeah, now we have dark vision, I guess. Or at least we can see in darkness, I mean. It's certainly sure to help, I would assume, so I'm not complaining. Okay, go into the shambling steps, get that quest sorted. Let's see. Nazriel. The goods you've been selling are cursed. Would you like to explain yourself? Nazriel turns pale as paper. Cursed? Oh goodness, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It's simply impossible. My creations are impeccable. I'm a master, you know. Such a thing has never happened in my entire life. Nobody could... The elven woman falls silent. Her lips move, but she doesn't make a sound. Nazriel recovers her voice, and now sounds strangely calm. It's Saratine. It's him. He's been spoiling my work. No one else could do it. The little bastard tried to tarnish my name. There's nothing but cold hatred in Nazriel's eyes. The tone of her voice is quiet and murderous. By the right granted me by our agreement, I am calling upon your grace. Saratine insulted the reputation of the Master, to whom you promised protection. I'm asking you to find and kill the bastard. He must be hiding in his hut, not far from the capital. Alright, sounds about right. Let's do it. Find Saratine in the capital? Easy enough. I will just do that when we get back to the capital, which will be after we deal with Bokken. Which shouldn't take too long. So we'll quickly go this way. Go up, down this worn path here. Quickly move up here, and go to see Bokken. Oh, let's see, what's this? Trade agreement with Mivon has been sorted. Nice. That gives the Grand Diplomat some freedom to do some stuff, but I am not going to level him up just yet. Rather, I want to focus on... I guess there's the Sertova one, but we don't have the BP for that. So we'll avoid that for now. Instead, I think strengthening... Oh, no, that's Treasurer, though. I don't want to do that for Treasurer. There's nothing really I can do with him right now. Yeah, the best I could probably do is start claiming land, but I don't want to do that just yet, so we'll postpone it. Do a quick save. And let's go see Bokken. For real this time. Try to avoid the encounter. Evade. Continue. Alright. Let's enter the Oleg trading post. See what's what and go from there. Alright. So from here, we gotta go up north. Gotta see old Bokken. And go from there. Bokken looks tired and haggard. His face gray, his brow furrowed, and his eyes shine with a feverish glow. Who's there? What is it? Oh, it's you. How convenient. I need your help. We have to run some tests. Tests? What tests? I found a formula. All on my own. These damn books didn't have it. Nothing but hints and half-truths there. But you can't fool old Bokken that easily. Okay. I bet a gold piece you're not even listening to what I say. Why would I? Though I can hear you, it's clear as day. Now, what was I saying then? Oh right, the formula. The elixir of eternal youth, a most wondrous brew, restores the strength in one's hands and the swiftness in one's feet. I first heard of it when I was still just a lad, and I didn't believe in it. But now I've lived a long life, and I've seen even stranger things. So I thought, why not give it a try? So I asked you to find these books for me. I'd heard that one of the volumes contained a formula. Well, it turns out they don't. All they do is make things clear as mud. Still, I was able to find something useful in there. I can't remember how many nights I stayed up working on the solution, but here it is. Bokken proudly shows you a few vials with a silvery liquid. Can't drink it yet though. Must test it first. Can't be too careful with these things. Bokken gives you an expectant look. So, will you help me? Alright, sure, why not? Wonderful, thanks for that. Let's try it on the dog first. There's a mutt on a leash around the corner. You can test the stuff on it. I won't feel bad for it if something goes wrong. That'll teach it to stop barking at me every time I pass by. I could do it myself, but what if it's off the leash? It won't harm you as it would harm me. Alright, sure. I guess we're experimenting on poor dogs. A shame, but that's par for the course, I guess. Pour the potion in the dog's mouth. Haha! Well, rip dog. I always hate doing that, but there's a good reason for why I'm doing it and why I'm going the evil route here, but that's par for the course. Your potion made the dog go mad and attack me. A mad dog? Sounds wrong, very wrong. Must have made a mistake. To the demons with dog, we need some more human to experiment. God, words. To the demons with the dog, we need someone more human to experiment on. Know what? My neighbor, a hunter, once told me that he saw were-rats in the forest not far from here. They'd make a better test subjects. After all, they're closer to humans than a dog. We should find them and try again. But take this vial. This potion has a different, improved formula. Okay, we're going to deal with some were-rats then, I guess. That's fine. Well, I mean, whatever. It's not like it's gonna harm me in any way, I don't think. So, yeah, let's go with it. It'll do. Now, we have to go to the were-rat lair here, I believe. And we have to go here and go to the bottom bits here. I do believe. Well, it gives me a chance to check in on Trade Guard, at least. I guess I could also do the Tenebris Steps, but I think that'd be a bit too long, so I'm gonna postpone that instead. Alright, before we go, let us buff up.
Are absolute.
We should only need the big buffs, not the little ones, so let's just focus on the hour-long ones, and we'll go from there. There we go. There we are, and protection from arrows communal, and mage armor. Just in case, protection from poison communal, see invisibility communal, good hope for everybody, remove fear, and that should be good. Do a quick save, just to be certain, and then we'll go. Alright, we don't need any of the short-term buffs. Hunched gray figures turn to face you as you approach. Yellow fangs show from grinning muzzled, and claws paws reach for weapons. Easy, easy. We can always fight later. Let's talk first. The were-rats freeze in intense anticipation, ready to pounce on you at any moment. Finally, you hear a hoarse, cracked voice. Move one finger, and we'll cut your bald hide to scraps. What you need? The ruler of these lands wishes to show that all who inhabit them are like children to him. In his grace, he gives you with this rare noble drink. It worked. Okay. Wet tail, take the bottle off him. Oh god. I cannot believe that worked. The were-rat exchanges glances, clearly surprised. One of them approaches you and takes the potion. However, as soon as his clawed fist clenches the bottle's neck, he rips out the cork and greedily raises it to his mouth. A gulp, another one, and another, and the were-rat falls to the ground, shaken with violent convulsions. That idiot. How predictable. The leader shifts his animal eyes towards you. They've killed one of ours. Get him, boys. Alright. Nice. And now they're focusing. Okay. Should be fine. Done. Done and done. Collect the loot. The were-rat drank by Bokken's potion and died. A shame. But, hey, that's par for the course. But we did get some swift foot boots, which increases movement speed by 10. That's not bad. That is actually going to be really helpful, I'm sure. And because the were-rat is already unconscious, we don't need to worry about him anytime soon. Any loot, though, around? I would assume there is somewhere, but I guess we'll see. Probably hidden somewhere, maybe, if I'm lucky. Probably not, though. Yeah, there's nothing. Alright, well that's fine. We managed to get some loot, we managed to take out the were-rats. It's all good. And we got some new booties. So we can put those on, I think. Because of how we're going to be doing it, I think we want to give these to Samuel, actually. Because he needs to move a little faster in order to catch up with everybody. Because he's going to be engaging soon after Stephen and the wolf, so best to have him move fast. We'll quickly go check out Trade Guard to see if there's anything of interest. Peaceful Travelers, let's check them out. Alright, who's the Travelers? Ah! It's the Skeletal Salesman. Good day. Show me your wares. Price in descending order. Undead Bane Great Club. I mean, that would make it a +3 Great Club, so that's not bad. Chainmail of Lesser Fire Resistance. I don't need that. Robe of Consciousness. +3 saving throws against mind-affecting effects. Infiltrator's armor, +5 to stealth skill checks. Full plate of lesser acid resistance, lesser sonic resistance. Colossal shade. Nothing too special. Master hand. These gloves grant the wearer +5 on UMD checks. Tight helmet, +2 against sonic spells. Gloves of dexterity. Enchanter's cape. I think the only thing that interests me is the Master's hand, but I don't have the money for it, so let's forget it. Get rid of that. Banded mail, I guess we'll get rid of as well. I guess sell everything else here. I don't think we're going to be using the Agile Light Pick anytime soon, so let's sell that, as well as the Javelin. And I guess we can sell the composite longbow as well. We're not going to use it after all. Okay, and from there we can get going. Quickly offer anything we don't need. Sell the shoddy +2s. Keep the gutsy brawler and sell the ring of protection. Done. Alright, let's dip. Don't need anything else. Okay, with that, we should be able to go to the town without too much issue or hassle in that matter. We should be able to see if there is anybody within Trade Guard that might be willing to become a advocate or craftsman for us, but nothing that I would assume would be too troublesome. Let's see. We got the trader, we got the priest, but nobody too special. I don't think. Anyways. Citizen, no. Anybody else? Guard, citizens. Priests. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay. Never mind. Let's just quickly check out the priest, see if he's got anything we can use. Probably scrolls. Alright, price in descending order. Okay, how about ascending order? Tons of scrolls of lesser restoration, let's buy those. They're 150 after all. Scrolls of cure critical wounds go for 700. We'll leave those for now because we're gonna need more gold, and I think saving it right now is for the best because we have edicts to accomplish more than anything, and you never know what issues might come across, especially in the long term.
Adventures can wait.
Alright, let's go back to Bokken, let him know the situation at hand. We might have to rest before we do so, but other than that, that's fine. Okay, enter Oleg's trading post. There we go.
March!
What we're going to do before we talk with Bokken is we're going to rest, because we will need the energy. And I think we should be good beyond that point, so yeah. Let's quickly go over to the room, wait for the others, which is going to take a while from the looks of it. Kinda sucks, but that's par for the course. Press in descending order. Robes of water, robes of air, robes of earth. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing too special. Okay. Just wait for them to hurry up. Kind of annoying that we have to wait, but that's par. Wait, seriously? Monsoon? Oh god. There we go. As long as we get everybody but one, we should be fine. Alright, now we can rest. Nice. Okay, go to bed. And bang. Bada bing, bada boom. We're rested and we're good to go. I think for this circumstance we're gonna have to buff up because Bokken goes crazy if I'm not mistaken. I will have to double check though, but I will have to do a reload here, I think, just to be safe. So do a quick save here. Alright, and let's talk with Bokken just to be safe. The were-rat died from taking a potion. Is that so? The were-rat simply died and the mutt gone rabid. You see, my potion wasn't meant to do anything with the mind, only the body. We'll need to go for one final test, it seems. Must try the potion on a human. An elf would do just as fine as well, or dwarf, or... Bokken takes a small glass vial from his pocket. He exhales sharply, takes a few gulps, and the vial's empty. Okay, yeah, no, I need to load up. I need to wrestle Bokken down, but to do that, I'm gonna need to reload and just be safe. Because we're gonna have to buff up.
In due time.
Okay, let's reorganize ourselves. Start beef up. And go from there. Oh. It's a bit slow, but that's fine. There we go. Gonna have to blur everybody, I think, but we can worry about that later. For now, I just want the big buffs done. Okay, Good Hope can go later. We want Delay Poison Communal. See Invisibility Communal. Get Remove Fear. Let's get Shield of Faith on everybody now. And there we go.
It is done.
Okay, I don't think we're gonna have to worry from protection from arrows in particular. But we should definitely get Blur on. Because that's gonna help protect us some. There we go. From there, Mistral's fine. I don't think we need to use Aid, so let's not do that. But we will use Good Hope. Alright, this should be satisfactory for buffs. Because we're not going to be running into any ranged individuals after all. Okay, now Bokken goes berserk with his vial. And oh god, we're dealing with Bokken with fire. Right. Let us quickly... Yeah, bugger. He's an alchemist, right? Who's he targeting? He's targeting Steven, so we want Steven over there. We will have Mistral focus on Resist Fire Communal. There we go. It's gonna be painful, but that's fine. There we go. Now fire resistance should be perfected. Yeah, there we go. Only 1 and 0's damage. We should probably get protection from fire communal as well. Just be safe. There we go. Now the damage is minimized even further. Okay. We're gonna want Bane Weapon. and judgment, or justice specifically. Okay, Thompson, we're gonna give you quickly give you bless to give to everybody. Get some music playing as well. Oh, Steven's going. He's losing HP. Oh god. Alright. There we go. Good. Didn't die. The old man's eyes are beginning to clear. It seems that he's coming back to his senses. What happened? You dared to raise your hand against your ruler. Beg now for your life. Oh, please forgive me, your grace. How the devil... It's all that damn potion's fault, I swear. It stole my mind. It wasn't me, I swear. That's more like it. Bokken wipes the sweat off his brow. I never thought the potion could work in such a way. But still, it does seem to make one stronger. Thank you all for your help. Now I know how to iron out the wrinkles. I think. Good. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. But knowing Bokken, who knows, right? Instead, let's just focus on healing and just give people the healing for now. Good thing Empower is a thing with Mistral. Otherwise the healing would be as effective. There we go. That'll do. Done and done. Although that said, with the AC that Steven is rocking, we're probably going to have to figure out something else at some point. And now we've got one last thing. We've got to go to the capital, and we've got to achieve a quest. And then we'll go from there. Do a quick save just to be safe. Replace that one, and we're good to go. Alright. Let us go to the main square for now, because I do believe we need to find him in here. And we should be good to go. Alright, let's see. We need to go to... Seratine's house, which is over here, thankfully. We will need to buff up as well, I think. But that is par for the course, and Jesus, that was fast. Okay. Alright, good thing I have the idol, but I'm gonna need a bark skin real quick. And then we can go in. See what's what. Hello, Seratine. Seratine gazes you with astonishment. Something seems different. No longer does he appear dim-witted and servile. Instead, he seems self-confident and firm. I didn't expect to see you here. How can I help you? You've been spoiling Nazriel's work, haven't you? Seratine sneers and throws his hands up playfully. You got me. I confess. You figured it out. You or her. Anyways, that's not important right now. Why did I do it? Purely for the sake of revenge. Years ago, she invested a lot of effort in devastating my father, who was himself a well-known weaponsmith. He lost everything that was dear to him. His reputation, his workshop, his whole life's purpose. When I found out the rascal was here, I decided to seize the opportunity. I arrived here, got myself in a primitive position, and set my hands to work. I'm smarter and more skilled than she might think. I worked hard by the anvil during the day and crafted cursed items at night. Nazriel's pride is her soft spot, the perfect place to strike. I decided to tarnish her image, make her look clumsy and incompetent, ruin her reputation, and of course destroy that masterpiece she'd been making such a fuss over. I hope to see Nazriel's head on the chopping block, but since you're here, I have a better idea, Your Grace. Or rather, Your Grace, would you like to hire a new weaponsmith? I'm aware you have a deal with Nazriel, but if you decide to break that deal and declare me as the court master's blacksmith, and allow me to keep Nazriel as an assistant, oh, I can never thank you enough. What would you say? I respect our deal with Nazriel. You're going to jail. So that's how it is. Very well. I was prepared for this turn of events. Let's see how well you can handle my new friends. Tiny stone animal figures appear in front of Seratine's hands. He scatters them all around him. Ah, I see.
Their life ends here.
It's a good thing I have the Paradox of Wisdom. Ah. Pain. Get the shield. Do beef up a little bit. There we go. And we're good.
This will hurt.
There we go. Deal with the summoned leopard next to minimize the attack damage going to me. Haha. There we go.
You should have
There we
run.
go. The Paradox Wyvern will focus on the mirror images now. And we're good to go. Ah. You have failed to realize that I'm one tanky motherfucker. Paradox Wyvern is getting butt kicked, so that's fine. So our team won't last long with that rate, at this rate. Yep, there we go.
I'm there.
Resisted arrest, and he died for it. A shame, but that's par for the course. Now we just need to inform Nazriel of Seratine's fate. So we're going to quickly do that because it takes like 8 hours game time to do that, so might as well, right? And that'll be our objectives done. And because Steven is just so fast, we can actually do this real quick. I am still shocked that Steven can run that fast, but I guess that's months for you, right? They can move impeccably fast when they want to. From here, we go to the Shambling Steps real quick. Takes 9 hours, unlike the 8 hours I thought it was, but that's fine. We should be able to resolve our lingering issues without too much hassle. I'll be able to continue on without too much concern. Let us zoom across. Hello, Nazriel. Seratine is dead. He has a vendetta against you for bankrupting his father. Nazriel falls silent for a few seconds, looking very focused. Then she smiles slowly and malevolently. What a spectacular day. Thank you. Alright. Alright, yep. Job's done. Nazriel's greatest creation is done. I'm not going to ask her for any more information. As long as she's a blacksmith and loyal, we'll follow the rules. Gotta keep up appearances after all.
Can wait.
Alright, now let's go back to the town. Do a quick save just to be safe. Check my journal to see if there's anything I need to worry about. Shouldn't have to worry about anything. Okay. Ancient formula. We got 203 days left before we have to worry about anything significant. Okay, let's keep going. Let us finish the edicts, and let's do that. Haha. Alright, now we just continue on. Edicts are fine. We're going to need to handle the warden stuff, so let's increase stability. But let's see if we can do some things on the side. We can have our Gongar sorting some situations. We could have a trade agreement. How's training looking? We don't need Bartholomew as a treasurer. And we don't need to claim any things yet, so let's just save and let's upgrade one of our people. Kundayo, let's level you up. Haha. Done is done. And now we're at stable, which is the key thing here. Whew. The baronry is stable, people are content. And that's the good thing. Our BP should increase a little bit by that. And we now have stability too. So, to give you a rough idea, anytime you increase stability, you increase your stability by 1 step. Up to stable, I believe. Yeah, the unrest improves by 1 step up to stable each time the stability rank is increased. I don't need to increase it now anymore, but having it increased anytime a situation brings you unstable is a wise choice. Okay, a true masterpiece, rusty dogs. Fey magic is a problem that we're going to have to solve with Tristan. We have disrupted harmony. Okay, we're going to have to deal with that at some point, but we need to wait a day, I think. But that's par for the course. We can have Ragongar sorting that, and we'll have Storyteller handle the true masterpiece. There we go. And we just need to wait just a tiny bit for the last one. Strengthen Bartholomew, no. Alright, Ragongar's sorting business. We can upgrade the diplomat's endeavors, though, so we might do that while we have the chance. And diplomat is relations, I believe. So it never hurts, so we'll quickly do a save, just to be safe. There we go. Now, do I wait a day instead? Okay, we've done the problem. We've done the rusty dogs, done the Fey magic, divine protection. Okay, we can do the rusted harmony, arson loss, and the every little bit helps. Let's grab that. Grab disrupted harmony, I guess. It's going to take 14 days, unfortunately, but that's par for the course. Do we want to rank up anyone? I kind of want to rank up Valerie, I think. Because she is the community, and that should unlock one other thing for Edicts, I believe. Yeah, let's focus on supporting Valerie. In the meantime, we can have Kundayo focus on the Artisan's Loss. How's economy looking? Restoration of the Sheep Fortress can be waiting. Training, nope. Curses, no. Other, no. Regions, here we go. We can claim some regions later on, but we don't need to do that just yet. So I'm just going to focus on Valerie now. Or, yeah, Valerie. So, upgrade it to tier 4. It should unlock a edict for us, but I'm not sure 100%. But either way, it should be fine. Support the region's endeavors. Nice. Tier 4. True masterpiece, solid. Lost out on the artisan. But otherwise, most are fine. That said, we can probably load, so let's just do that, why not, when we have the chance, I guess. Better be safe than sorry, right? Okay, let's rank up, I believe. We've only got 15 more days for the consequences to be settled with EOSF, so that's nice. And we just need only wait a day for the results to be a positive change. There we go. Regent's endeavors have been sorted. Now I just gotta wait for all the opportunities to be successful. Artisan loss failed. Let's once again reload and keep doing it until we get success on everything, at least. Come on. Alright, come on, come on. There we go, triumph. That'll do. Alright, everything has been successful. A temple for the people, an amazing discovery, and a counselor awaits in the throne room. Before we do, let us get that sorted. Temple for the people, get that sorted. Alright, counselor awaits in the throne room. Hold on. Let me check to be sure. If I wait a day, I can actually focus on harem as well. So let's quickly just save. We will probably do a skip day function this time. So let's go check out the counselor real quick. And that way we can level up our arcane next and go from there. Hello, Tristan. Stephen Armstrong, a local merchant, wishes to be relieved of his taxes, which naturally stands against the laws of the Baronry. In return for this service, he promises to put a good word for you among the city's trade community. Tristan's voice is very soft. I realize that such an offer might stir you to outrage, but try to understand. Greed can cloud anyone's judgment. Wealthy and pauper alike. We must teach these people that the times have changed. The laws no longer serve only the rich. Reject his offer, but refrain from punishing him. I mean, I could do so, but what's the point, right? Tell him that the law in my domain applies equally to all. Well, yeah. We'll have to turn down many similar offers, but eventually people will come to realize that the stolen lands have changed forever. Henceforth, everyone is equal before the law. Which is par for the course. The half-orc bows diligently, trying to adhere to etiquette. Your Grace, I come bearing gifts, a sign of my gratitude for taking an old man into your service. With such weapons you can go on raids and protect your lands. Everything has been tempered in lamb blood, with proper prayers to all the proper gods. Everything is done with care for you personally. Alright, I have a specific request. Can you get me a two-handed sword? The half-orc winks at you. Why strike with one hand when you have two, right? Indeed. I'm going to see if I can't get some weapons for everybody else. For the first time, Nazriel arrives in person to deliver her gifts. She's clearly anxious. Your Grace, I once again apologize for the dirty tricks that Seratine pulled. I would like to repay your good graces with a truly magnificent gift. But forging will take some time. Meanwhile, please accept this modest present. It isn't spoiled. I checked it 3 times. With an elegant gesture, the elven lady hands you a package. I hope you'll appreciate the quality of this gift. It's better than any weapon the local masters can produce. You respect our deal. That's commendable. I'm doing my best to serve you. Good. Alright, it seems we got a new weapon looking to come into play at some point. Alright, we can support the counselor's endeavors if we so desire. But I think what we want to focus on right now is Divine to get to rank 4 more than anything. So we're probably going to focus the High Priest next before we do anything else. But for that, before we do anything, let's get Akundayo rather, to focus on the Bronze Shield Fortress. So that way we are getting some military and stuff. Alright, curses. Don't need to worry about them just yet. So we'll quickly skip a day and save. There we go. Alright, Jubilist has been sorted. Alright, Jubilist will handle this, the Temple for the People. We will rank up the High Priest now. Do a quick save, just to be sure. I'm not sure what specifically upgrades, but we're going to need to support relations, I think, is the key thing here, in order for us to get what we need to level up faster. So we're going to need a lot of relations, I think, which is fine. I'm kind of used to it at this point. Let's see if we can upgrade some things while we're here. We can upgrade our wooden wall to a stone wall. That's nice. Stocks, no. Smithy. We can't upgrade the smithy to something. Let us upgrade the longhouse first. There we go. We upgraded to town hall. And do you want anything else upgraded while we're here? Garrison. Requires town. I think upgrading the garrison is the key thing, but we need relations more than anything, so I guess the tavern is the best choice here. Yep. The inn would upgrade relations, so that's good. Shop will upgrade to get some bonuses, but not needed. How's the bulletin board? It's doing fine. Shop, upgrade, trade shop, nice. I guess the smithy as well. Get the foundry. We'll upgrade the shrine later, but that's fine. Alright, let's do a quick save. And now, the High Priest's endeavors begin. Let's do it. Haha! Divine rank 3 has been achieved. We've got the opportunity succeeds. Nice. A noble in trouble. Ragongar, deal with it. Alright, projects. We can strengthen Jod's skills as a high priest if we so desire, but we shouldn't need to worry about that. Alright, we can either support the treasurer, we can support the general, which is on a job currently, or we can support the counselor. I don't think we need to worry about any of the edicts currently. Just having them at tier 4 is important enough. But we will have to worry about getting our relations up. So that is something we're going to have to focus on. But other than that, Divine is the next best thing. So we will have to worry about that at some point. So let's just level up some things in here in the town. Level up the shrine to a temple. The barracks will be upgraded to a garrison. Anything else? Foundries sorted. Stocks are fine. Shrine. Can be upgraded. Monument is fine. So we'll just have to wait for the, we'll just have to wait. Oh, but we can upgrade things. Printing house. +4 stability while Baron Lee's alignment is lawful. We will put the printing house here for free. What else we got? We can make another bulletin board, but that's kind of pointless. Yeah, as long as we have one bulletin board at any given time, we're fine. But other than that... Is there no way to teleport? Well, I guess I could go for another tavern if I tried. Yeah, no, if I do an inn here, and then I do another... So, here, if I do a, if I do the... What is it? Oh, there's a courthouse. A building where cases are heard and disputes are resolved according to the rule of law by mostly impartial judges. That's nice. Okay. If we get a fort, that's going to be helpful, but we need to worry about getting some BP first, so I will hold off on anything further than that. We've got only 43 BP, so kind of hold off on that. Trade agreement with Sertova is still not in my grasp, that's for sure. We don't need to worry about Jod. Curses can be a worry at some point. Yeah, there's only regions that I can think of. Yeah, no. I guess I can level up the counselor or the... I guess I can level up the counselor, get some loyalty, or I can focus on the treasurer. I guess the treasury might be for the best. Why not? Actually, no. Let us actually focus on Tristan. Why not? Let's do a quick save, just to be safe. And let's get going. Boom. Alright, loyalty tier 5. Alright, nobles in trouble succeeds, and we're good. Amiri wants to talk. Okay. Before we do, let's just check it out, yeah. Let's go see Amiri. Hey yo, what's good? Amiri looks unusually grim today. Listen, we need to talk, but not in front of everyone. After the council ends, come to the tavern. It's about my tribe, my old one from before. Okay. Ah, Bokken. Good day. Unfazed by the awkward silence, Bokken searches through his bag for quite a while. Finally, he pulls out a sizable brown paper package. There you go, a little something from old Bokken. I would like you to craft something specific. Alchemical items. Good. Alright. It appears we got a quest from Amiri, so that is something we'll have to do, but first let's see what projects we have listed. We got the general and treasurer sorted. Got economy, which we don't need to worry about. Strengthen skills, which we don't need right now. Research nature of Bald Hilltop. Nature of Candlemere. Let's see if we can't, yeah, let's see if we can't upgrade some things here first. Build first. Let's see. Courthouse would be absolutely nice because it would increase the warden buff. But the fort is equally as important. A fortified outpost for protecting against bandits, foreign aggressors, and dangerous monsters. One to espionage, located in a settlement with a watchtower. We don't have a watchtower currently. A lighthouse would be nice. It would increase stability, at least. But we can get one, if we so desire, right here. +1 in military with barracks, +1 stability with walls. Yeah, why not? Let's... Well, first let's see what the fort requires. It requires a watchtower, a garrison, and a jail. Well, we don't have the jail yet, but we can get it. So either we... I guess we build this direction? Yeah, let's build this direction. We're going to need a jail, but we can get that later. But as long as we have a fort and a barracks... Oh, wait. +1 to stability when adjacent to a barracks and fort. Okay, so if I get the jail right here, then the garrison basically acts as a fort as well. And we can go from there. And that way, yeah. That's not bad. I can work with this. Okay, so we're gonna have a high stability at this rate, which is good. That's actually what we need. Once we hit 4 stability, I do believe we can actually increase our speed of completing edicts. At least in the upgrade department, I believe. But I digress. We've done what we can for now, and we're going to deal with Amiri's issues for now. Oh, let's collect all. Close that. Let's see what we ended up getting anyways. Lord's Protector, a +2 dueling sword. Huh. This +2 dueling sword refuses to attack the ones its wearer sword protect, imposing a -5 penalty to attack rolls against friendly targets. Good if it's mind control that I'm worrying about. Fly Swatter. +1 greatsword, +4 to saving throws against poison, and deals a D8 against vermin. It's alright. Trinket, Steady Hand. These gloves grant their wearer +4 enhancement bonus to dexterity, and the ability to cast True Strike 3 times per day as a wizard. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it prevents you from needing a belt slot for a little while anyways, so that's nice. And it gives you True Strike, which is actually really good if you know what you're doing with it. I guess I could give this to Steven. It would increase his AC by a little bit, after all. At that point, though, I wouldn't need dexterity for physical perfection. I'll wear it for now, because True Strike is actually really useful in certain circumstances, and the dexterity just helps. So I'll wear it for now. What else did we get? We got the Fly Swatter, obviously. Got the Belt of Incredible Dexterity 4. Not that I need it for anybody, I don't think. Kundayo doesn't need it, I don't think. Knock is fine. Tristan's fine, because he uses a different stat, I believe. Is it Wisdom or Charisma? I think it's Charisma, but I'm not sure, so we'll just leave it for now. Okay, we should be fine. Alright, close it, and let us go to the tavern. Let's go see what Amiri wants. Alright. Here we are. Hey, what's good? The barbarian sips the beer from her mug with a grim look. She hesitates as if she doesn't know where to begin. Once I told you about my tribe, remember? The 6 bears? Of course I remember. Me, I'd be happy to forget, but... They were spotted on your lands. Our scouts told they saw their camp near the Numeria border. That's odd. We're a long way from the realm of the Mammoth Lords. Exactly. Leaving homeland and heading off south, where strangers live. The tribes have never done this. I really hoped I'd never see these ugly faces again. I walked across Numeria to be as far from them as I could, and now they follow me. What the hell? So let's visit my whole tribe, find out what they really want, so far from their snow, and ask them, and then we kick them back. She finishes her beer in one gulp, then belches and stumbles towards the tavern maid to order another. Alright. I guess we're visiting the campsite with the bears. I can't really see a reason why we would reject them, but... Then again, barbarians in the borders is a little bit of a concern for the people, I would assume, so... Oh, right, I'm gonna have to actually get Amiri along with this one, so let's quickly do that. Group manager, let us change... Let's change... Mistral, I guess? No, I don't want to kick her out. I want to bring Amiri along. We'll level her with Magus, I guess? Although, I need to, yeah, let's actually go back into the tavern, I believe, because I do need to talk with Andori to reset Amiri, because her stats are out of whack. I made her end up going the wrong route with her build some, so I might as well. Okay, just ignore the conversation. Alright, I need... Okay, how do I reset a class, though? Oh well, I guess we can't. That's fine. I kind of wish I could, but that's... I don't think I can, which kind of sucks. So, I guess Amiri's stuck with the barbarian crossover with Magus. Kind of wish there was a way to change it, but I don't think I can, so... I guess we'll just stick with what we got. I guess I can have her focused into Magus and just be focused in it. I only really need what? Ability to spontaneously cast arcane spells. So I guess Sorcerer would work? Magus Sword Saint requires Int, I think? Let's see. Yeah, Magus should be based off Charisma, I would assume? No, Int, I believe, for Sword Saint. At 3rd or 4th level? Spell combat, no. Yeah, not knowing what casting stat is, it's kind of annoying. Okay. I'm going to assume intelligence to key. In which case I'm going to need sorcerer. Is it sage? Alright. A sword saint spends most of life focusing on training and meditation and rupture. Dizzying and deadly dance beyond the abilities of even the greatest mundane warriors. Okay, this doesn't help me. The thing is, I don't know what it's based off of. Is it int? Is it int? I would assume it's int. That's the only thing I can think of, so I'm going to assume it's int. In which case, I just need to put one level into sorcerer. Specifically, sage sorcerer, I believe, for int. Yeah, because Sylvan and Imperial... Imperial goes from insight rather than force of personality, so Sage should be the same here. Because it's based off int, we're going to require Sage, I believe. And it's based off intelligence rather than charisma, so this is the right choice, I believe. Kind of annoying I have to do this, but that's fine. We'll live with it. Because there's a very good reason why I'm doing this. Well, actually, hold on. Amiri's focused on the sword, right? She's focused on... What's her magus focused on? She's focused on... Okay. Spell strike, no. I don't know. Okay, what did she end up getting for her weapon focus? It's so annoying that I can't figure it out. Close the interface. Let's check out Amiri. What's her character like? Martial attack, combat. Weapon focus, bastard sword. Okay, so weapon proficiency. Here we go. Power attack, weapon proficiency, bastard sword, chosen weapon, bastard sword. Okay, so she is quite literally a focus into bastard sword proficiency. So going the route I'm intending with her is actually not viable. Instead, I should focus her into magus, I think, and keep up her desire for fighting. And getting her actually level 7 actually gets her the feat thing, I believe. So actually, let's boost up strength. boost up athletics, I guess, knowledge arcana, and UMD, I guess. Okay, let's get displacement and haste, I guess? No, displacement and vampiric touch. We'll level up Magus once more. Oh wait, Eldritch Knight. I could get Eldritch Knight. It would get me a bonus combat feat, diverse training, arcane spellcasting, bonus combat feats, and spell critical. Whenever an Eldritch Knight successfully confirms a critical hit, the next spell he casts within 2 rounds will be cast as a swift action, as if quickened. Alternatively, I focus on the Sword Saint, which is a little better, because it's got a lot more class features. Alright, no, let's go focus on Magus. It's going to be way better. Alright. Weapon specialization, Bastard Sword might be for the best. Alternatively, I can focus on something else, like Bull Rush, Cleave, or something. We have Outflank, I do believe, do we? Yep, we got Outflank, so we're fine there. Hammer the Gap is probably not going to be good. Precise Strike, no. Okay. Weapon specialization is probably for the best. 2 extra damage, never hurts. Alright, let's see. We've got... Let's get haste. Let's get... What else? Let us get... Stinking Cloud? It'd be a good CC to control. Let us level up Magus to 9. Boost up Athletics and Knowledge Arcana. And let us boost... I guess Stealth now. It's not a trained ability, but it's still better than nothing. Dispel Magic would be nice, just so I have it. Let us get... I guess Fireball's always nice. Let's grab that. Done. And now Amiri should have a +5 weapon, basically. Ginormous Sword. That's probably going to be your focus, obviously. Just boost up her dex a little bit more. Give her a bit more AC to work with, basically. Give her Cloak of +2 resistance, because I don't think we're going to be using it, but that's fine. Give her the ring, and we're good. Alright. Let us go to her spellbook, because she rocks... Oh! Intelligence is less than 13, so can't cast spell at that level. RIP. That's fine. At the very least, she has first and second level spells, so we're not completely at a loss. We don't need Blur, because we already buffed that. Let us get Mirror Image. And let us get Web. And Frigid Touch. For first level, we don't need Enlarged Person. Shield is always nice. And True Strike is always nice, but we're probably going to want Shocking Grasp for the most of it. So 3 Shocking Grasps. Now, we need to go see the Six Bear Camp. So we need to go. Quickly save. Alright, rewrite. And let's get going. Gonna take a day to get there, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, an edict likely came to play. That's fine. We just need to go to Six Bears Camp. Alright, let's check it out. Let's enter.
I'm listening.
Alrighty then. Let us see what upgrades you have. You have quite a few, honestly. You got fire, you got frost, you've got shock, you have keen, and speed for abilities. Not including all the other spells that you have as well. There's perfect strike, there is perfect critical, of course. There is the rage ability, but we don't need to worry about that. I do believe it's currently a +3 at the moment, so... let's see. This consumes 3 points, so I think what we want is keen, and we're going to want flaming and shock. Because the enchantment bonus on the blade is enough, I think. Or at least I believe. Never mind. There's actually no big bonus here. Oh well. Alright, let's go check this place out. Save yourselves! It's them again! Ah. Nightmare skeleton soldiers. Oh. That's new. Give myself a buff. Ah. That's concerning. At the very least, it's not too hard to deal with these guys. Alright.
I'm hungry. When we...
As soon as you approach the camp, a bright-eyed girl in a long skirt runs up to Amiri and gives her a big hug. Amiri, you're really alive. Oh. The girl sobs and wipes her eyes. Everyone said you were killed by the giants, but I always believed you survived. No one ever found your body. Amiri, I missed you so much. There now, stop crying, I'm alive. Alive and well. You know nothing can beat me. Here, meet each other. Nilak, this is the Baron Stephen Armstrong. He's something like a new chief to me now. Stephen Armstrong, this is Nilak. She's the only decent person in my whole lousy tribe. Oh, don't say that. Yes, the elders were mean to you, but you shouldn't blame the whole tribe. Having wiped her eyes, Nilak presses her hands against her chest and bows before you. I'm Nilak, Songkeeper of the Six Bears. You must be the ruler of these lands. Forgive us for intruding on your domain, but we... Wait, really? You're really a Songkeeper now? That's great. Since when? Nilak gives her a sad smile. I always wanted to be one. While you were learning to fight, I learned the legends. While you were training with the sword, I trained with the tambourine. But I was initiated during your funeral feast, Amiri. When we were saying goodbye to you and your party, as I sang at the funeral pyre, my heart broke in pain. Desna whispered to me and told me how I could turn this pain into power. Even the rocks and stones cried over the fallen when they heard my song that night. I see you and Amiri are old friends. We were like sisters from childhood. An old, great-haired barbarian with a tattooed face interrupts her.
Nilak, who are you chatting with? Who are you? Wait.
He looks closer at Amiri's face and suddenly starts to yell, pointing his crooked finger at her.
You, pariah freak. After all you did, you still have the nerve to come and show your ugly face here.
Chieftain Alika, this is Baron Stephen Armstrong. We're in his lands now. Please soften your heart. Maybe you can help us.
A baron? That's something like a chieftain, right? You don't look like one. Well, whatever. I am Akira, chieftain of the Six Bears tribe, and I need you to give me this dirty scumbag.
He points to his fingers to Amiri. Choose your words carefully, barbarian. You and your tribe are guests here.
Guests? We'd rather be guests in a pissed in this hole, but we had to come. I'll tell you why we're here. From the dawn of time, our tribe lived in the old ways. Everyone has a place, a job to do. Men crafted and went hunting. Women bore children and kept the huts clean. These are the ways set by our ancestors, and we do nothing to change it. But then this upstart girl wanted to match herself against men. She passed a warrior's initiation. She went hunting, but there's truth in the saying, nothing good comes from a woman with a sword. Neighbor tribes laughed at us. Look, there's a second chieftain in the tribe. Soft chieftain, girl chieftain. Must be the end of the Six Bears. And they were right. She brought disaster upon the whole tribe. Once a gang of giants came to our land, they scared our prey, attacked our huntsmen. So we decided to deal with them. We sent a group, and she went along. For a long time we waited for this group to return. Then we went searching for them even longer, but all we found were their dead bodies. Giants killed them all. Everyone. Except her. And then things got even worse. Have you seen those monsters? An evil spirit sends them. The ghosts of a giant. He is the one who chased us from our lands. He chased us through all of Numeria. Even now he's somewhere nearby. Maybe he's just over that hill. He chases us, kills our people, and always says the same. Bring the thief to me. Find Amiri. The chieftain turns to Amiri, his face red with anger. He shouts, slobbering in her face. Now you understand? That's what your dreams have cost us. You brought a curse on our tribe, pariah. Now hand me your weapons and get yourself to the women's hut. That is your place. It always has, and always will be. We'll feed you to the ghost, and maybe then he'll leave us alone. And at least you'll atone for a tiny part of your guilt. In reply, Amiri headbutts the chieftain's face, breaking his nose with a sickly crunch, paying no heed to Neelak's squeal. And, growling in anger, she leaps upon him, punching the old man's face. The chieftain spits blood and struggles to speak, and Amiri grabs her sword. You realize that murder will quickly soon follow. Alright, Amiri, enough. He already got what he deserves. Amiri raises her sword. Akira shuts her eyes, but the final blow never comes. Amiri sheaths her sword, pushes the chieftain onto the ground, and spits on him. Get lost of my sight, you scumbag. Next time I see you, I won't stop at words. Neelak helps the defeated chief stand up and takes him to the nearest hut. The rest of the barbarians hurry away, hiding themselves from Amiri's anger. Panting heavily and swaying like a drunk, Amiri approaches you and puts her bloody hand on your shoulder. That old goat said, some evil spirit must be somewhere nearby. Let's go. We find him and we kill him. And then we make them all go back to where they're from. I don't owe them nothing. And never. I don't want to see them. Never again. Alright, suit yourself. As long as we find that spirit then. But where the spirit is, I have no idea, so I have to take a moment to look around. Oh! Hello! How are you?
Don't know, don't care.
Alright, well, I wasn't expecting a fight this soon, but okay. Alright, well, whatever. Oh, there's more enemies. Are you Amiri? That sword. Thief! Silence. To arms! Let's get Steven over here. He'll focus on everybody. We will get the wolf focusing on that one. Get Compson to move. Have him play some music to make our hits a little better. There we go. Haha. I kind of wish we had Mistral, but that's fine. We can't always get what we want. Instead, we should be fine with what we've got currently, but I don't know. Oh, enemy dead. Oh god. I see. Alright, there goes the monster, and we're good to go.
Adventures can wait.
I got some items from him. Quickly grab these while we're here. Why not? It's loot after all, and I don't think the Bears tribe will matter. Or at least mind if we do so. Let's quickly grab what we can. Anything? No, not really. Alright, let's go back and talk with Nilak. That's it. We're done with your evil spirits. We cut him into pieces and cast him to the wind. You didn't even try to speak with him? Amiri, we've already fought and killed him many times. There's no use. He always comes back. Oh, Amiri, why do you always slash first and think later? So what was I supposed to do? Lay on the ground for him? Let him eat me? I think this is a talk for them, not me. Nilak shakes her head in disappointment. Amiri, I hoped so much after we found you, everything would be better. What should we do now? You don't like something? Come on, speak up, I can hear. Amiri bellows with anger unexpectedly. Nilak matches her anger. I'll tell you what I don't like. You left me. Thanks to you, I realized that a woman can do something bigger than scraping hides and cooking a stew. I hoped you would become chief, and I'd be your advisor, and together we'd change the ways of this tribe. But instead, you just disappeared, without even saying goodbye. I had nothing left but to become Kaya's advisor. Who led the tribe through the whole Numeria? Who do you think? Who negotiated with other tribes? And who lived in the woman's hut all this time, serving dinner to the chieftain? And now we found you. You ruined everything. Now the chieftain's angry. He's bound to do stupid things, and I won't be able to talk him out of it. Our tribesmen will die, Amiri, and all because of your itchy fists. Congratulations, Amiri. You're now just like a real man from the Big Six Bears. You only think about yourself. You use your fists whenever you need to or not, and then you leave it to the women to sort out your mess. So that's how you talk, huh? You want me to tell you why I smashed that old mushroom's face? And why I fled? I'll tell you. Listen now, you wanted it. The war party I went with, you think we want to fight giants? I thought that too. I was so happy. I was a fool. We did not go there to kill giants, Nilak. We went there to kill me. They thought giants would eat me up, and they won't have to get their hands dirty. But I came back, alive, and with this sword. I thought no one would dare to say that Amiri wasn't a real fighter, but they just laughed into my face and said that the giants didn't kill me, the frost would. They then left me alone in the wilderness without food or tent. And when I understood why, When I saw what the hunt was for, it was then for my first time in my life I felt real rage. Yes, Nilak, don't you turn away now. Look into my eyes. I killed them all with my sword. I'm not a thief, Nilak. I'm much worse. I'm a kinslayer. And you know what? I don't care. They deserved it. Our whole damn tribe can go to the Dragon's Maw. And me too? What? Do I deserve to die? Should I go to the Dragon's Maw too? No, this wasn't what I had meant. You're not like that. I am part of this tribe, Amiri. If you don't want to help me save it, you'd better leave. I'll manage without you. I'll ask the Tiger Lords for help. Amiri spits on the ground, then grabs your hand in her iron grip and drags you away without saying another word. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Life stuff. Okay, I'm back. Hello, Meg. I am nearly done stream. I'm just doing like 20 more minutes, I think. And then I'll be, then I'll end it off. I gotta do some stuff though, but yeah. Alright, so with that out of the way, I do believe that is our quest done for the most part. Yep. We've got the Pariah quest done, we got Obliteration done. Let us go back to Testdale, then. And then we can finish things off. Let's avoid Travelers for now. We don't need to worry about them right now. Alright, avoid the enemies. Let's keep going. Okay, and that's the Baronry sorted. Let's check out what we missed out on. We've done the restoration of Bronze Shield Fortress. Artisan's Loss. And the Warden needs our advice. Okay. We're stable currently, so we don't need to worry about that. The worst case, we can get Ukundayo on this, but I guess we can get Jubilist on the job? There's no reason we can't. I think we're gonna actually focus on Valerie instead. Let's have Valerie do that. And then we can get the Warden on this. But that should be our last objective until we have to worry about the Bald Hilltop break, I think. But that shouldn't take too long, I don't think. So, we'll be good, regardless. Start with finishing this edict. Get some rest in, and then we'll go from there. Hello. Akun nods to you. We have fairies, Stephen Armstrong. They wandered in our marshes along their border. They refuse to leave. They say the land is theirs. Your people are frightened. The man cringes and shakes his head. The fairies are an old tribe. They have their rules and we must honor them. Order your subjects to leave this land, or there will be war. Fairies don't attack for no reason. We invaded their lands, help the locals pull up their roots and take them to another area. Why not? Akun nods silently. Easy enough. So go quickly get some rest in the bed and go from there. There we go. Now we have the rest sorted, so everybody should be rested and accounted for. And now we can manage the kingdom affairs with relative ease. Warden has sorted the advice out. Good neighbors, here we go. Rumor has it that conflict between members of different races have intensified in the region. More and more complaints have been received, but the local guards deny everything. The situation demands action before it becomes violent. Alright, let's have the storyteller on that. Support the warden's endeavors. We don't need to deal with the warden right now, so... because we don't need to increase stability right now. We can increase the general's endeavors, or the treasurer's endeavors now, though. What's the warden looking like? We can get military to 5, I guess, if we wish. I think we want divine to be increased, though, more than anything. Although, then again, stability is always nice, so you gotta keep that in mind. Relations, though, is gonna be key, I think. Let's see, what can we do to increase that, then? We've got Longhouse, we've got School. Nazriel's weapon shop and Vars's weapon shop is there. We're going to need a tavern anyways, so let's get the tavern. Alright, let's put our tavern there. That will help with economy and... Alright, that should do, basically. The school gets a bonus against a shrine and +1 military. Let's get the barracks, I guess. +1 stability when adjacent to a longhouse. Versus the shrine, which is +1 divine again adjacent to a longhouse. Or +1 loyalty when adjacent to a longhouse. So let's make the shrine stocks. +1 bonus for solving problems in the region. What about the bulletin board? Where's that? I have no idea. Oh well. I guess we could just get the general on this. How much? We've got enough for 200, I think. So we can get... If we sell some things, we could probably buy a region, most likely. Not Silverstep, but we could get the North Gnarl Marshes, which is viable. No, let's just rank up. Let's support the General's endeavors, I think. Just to increase Ragongar's power, I think, would be the best choice. Do a quick save here, and we should be fine. Alright, let's see the results. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Rank 5 military. Artisan's loss has been succeeded. As is good neighbors. Good. I don't have to worry about that too much then. Alright, combat priests. Let's do this properly and get Rugongar on this. Celebrity visit can be handled by Tristan, I guess. Disrupted harmony will be handled by Heron. Alright, let's set it up. Boom. Boom. How's our divine looking? 56. Alright. There we go. General requests an audience. Let's go to the throne room to sort it out. What we got here? Hey, what's up? Rugongar looks gloomy. Stephen Armstrong, we need to talk. A border patrol got buried under an avalanche in the eastern mountains. They're probably all dead. Not a great loss. They won't be the first to die, and they won't be the last, but there's a number of troops volunteering to go rescue them. The first avalanche is never the last. We'll risk losing half the army up there. It's just not worth it. But if I say we're not going to the mountains, they won't learn anything. They'll just take me for a heartless bastard. That's why I'd rather you give them the order to cancel the mission. It's got to be you, Chief. I'll lose loyalty. Yeah, no. It's dangerous and foolish. I'm not risking more fighters for the sake of a few others. In fact, it's for the better. It will make our fighters angry, and they're supposed to be angry. They need to get used to the fact that military service is cruel. It chews up the noble and merciful settlements. Or sentiments, rather. Sometimes orders are just better. And even if they hate me, it's for the best. Alright. +1 military at least. So not a complete loss. But we did lose some stats though, unfortunately. But that's part of the course. Alright. Castle strength doesn't need to be worried about. I can support the general's efforts if I wish, but I'm not going to do that. Because he is busy. I can support the warden's endeavors, but no, I don't need to do that. I'm going to do the treasurer for now. Okay. Is there anything else I need to do? Not that I'm aware of. Regions can wait. I need to save up for new lands anyway, so let's just start saving, I think, is the go-to. Well, I could just focus on divine, actually. So maybe that might be for the best. Let's go into this area, get some divine buildings. We've got the shrine already, so we're going to need a monument, I think, to get +1 divine. +1 divine when adjacent to a monument. So it does give a small buff, just not a big one. School doesn't need to be worried about. Nazriel's weapon shop can be a worry later on. I guess I could get the watchtower, gain a bonus to military when in barracks and +1 to stability. But no, I think we should be fine. Or rather, I should focus on another area that doesn't have as many buildings, I guess. How about the Nara Marshes? How's the building theirs? You got windmills, granaries, and breweries here. Let's check out the specifics here. We've just got the brewery and the granary right here. +1 stability when in settlement with a windmill. And tavern. Okay. I want relations key thing here. So Let's see, what gets relations is the key thing here. Tavern can get relations if adjacent to a longhouse. What about... Okay, so longhouse gives community, divine, and culture. What else gives... We can get military by providing a bulletin board, which is actually quite useful. We'll put the bulletin board here, I guess. We'll put the longhouse... I guess here? In the middle? I think that makes the most sense. I could also get another brewery, get some more relations, because I get loyalty and stability as well with each brewery, I believe. Yeah, so for each brewery I get relations, loyalty, and stability, which is nice. Which is basically 3 buffs instead of just 1. I could get a barracks for stability. I want relations more than anything, so I want this shaky hand as part of the image on the corner here. Okay. And the only thing that gives it, apparently, is the brewery, just naturally on its own. Yeah, I guess the only other option is relations, so... it's either I go with the cheaper option, which is the taverns, which is viable, honestly. I think I'll go with the taverns. That's probably for the best, I think. Let's go with 2 taverns, I guess. Or rather, 1 tavern and 1 longhouse. And there we go. That's relations boosted up a little bit once they're built. But hey, that's par for the course. Do a quick save. Let us level up the treasure now. And I think that's as much as we can do, but I'm not sure. Boom. Alright. Economy has reached rank 5. Celebrity visits been successful. I will have to reload to get full successes, but other than that, we're fine. So reload and make sure we get it. Alright, come on. Let's do it successfully, properly. There we go. Triumph, nice. Triumph. Triumph, oh god. That's significantly successful, I see. Now we got events. We got High Priest, Treasurer. Now we got Refugees. Okay, we're gonna have a Kundayo focus on that. Ergots should be focused on Tristan. Temple for the People shall be handled by Jubilist, most likely. And Valerie shall handle that opportunity, and we will organize everybody accordingly. And done is done. High Priest seeks my audience. Nice. Good day. Harem broods and mumbles and clears his throat. Listen, Stephen Armstrong. I wish to give you some advice. Find another advisor who can deal with affairs of magic. The Baronry will struggle without a magister. It is dangerous to leave such important issues unattended. Before you appoint someone to this position, I will take it upon myself this final case, involving wizards and other spellcasters. A group of Nethese priests have arrived in your court to propose an amazing thing, founding a library of magic, here in the capital. Your baronry would gain a valuable store of knowledge that would otherwise fade into darkness. I believe this deed is worthy of you and your baronry. Sure, why not? Let us spur the development of mystic arts. I will immediately pass this news to the priests of Nethys. Solid. I could vibe with that. Got a Nethys church, or school of magic, rather. Stephen Armstrong. This time we discuss one of the gravest problems of the River Kingdoms. Privacy and all of the crimes which accompany it. You see, for decades, the illegal trade of stolen goods flowed among the criminals and corrupt merchants of these lands. Now that we have guards in the harbors and along the roads, this illegal traffic has slowed, but only somewhat. Someone else might suggest you take advantage of the situation. Simply collect your fees and don't ask too many questions about the blood of these goods are soaked in. But as a traveler far and wide, experience has taught me that the real wealth only gathers when there is no robbery or smuggling. The major trade unions won't want to deal with one who promotes piracy. I warn you against tolerating things as they now stand. Establish proper customs in your harbor and hunt down these lawless captains. Alright, let's put in customs. So we shall put an end to illegal trade of stolen goods in these lands. What music to my ears! You heed my advice, proving that my labors to evaluate this territory has not been wasted. I shall endeavor in my next book to explain how important it is for every wise advisor to work with the leader who knows better than to interfere. Sure. Alright. Nice. I've unlocked the next advisor thing, which is perfect. Let's see. Who is fitting for this? I could get the storyteller involved, but I think Octavia is our better choice here. As much as there is other decisions, I think Octavia's for the best. There we go. And I do believe, because Octavia is now the Magister, she needs to focus in intelligence. But I think that's par for the course. Okay, we can support the High Priest's endeavors, we can support the Treasurer's endeavors, but either way, it won't matter too much. Economy, customs. +2 to solving problems with the Treasurer. Nice. Improving economic status. The cost of buildings with a static economy bonus, such as the Bar College and whatnot, is reduced by 15%. Not bad. Training. Okay. Nothing I need to worry about just yet then. And that just leaves espionage, I believe. But that requires a stability of 60, I think, if I want espionage. So I will have to level up the stability up my 9 points before I am ready to go. And with Akundayo working on the problem with refugees, that shouldn't be an issue. Instead, I should probably focus on getting the High Priest up to level 4 now. But we're going to want relations up as soon as we can, if we can help it, to tier 3 or tier 4. So that is something we're going to have to do at some point. But otherwise, it should be fine. Who's the current regent? I guess it's yeah, no, it's Valerie. So her points are slowly going up. Rank up. We're currently lacking in BP. That's fine though. We'll quickly save and see what ranking up does for us. All right, come on, level up. And that is rank 4 for High Priest, I believe, which is nice. Alright, Divine rank 4. New settlers. Haha. Done and done and done. All successful. Nice. Magister asks for an audience. Regent demands your presence. Master of Pain. I guess Akundayo can focus on that. And the fire is a Valerie option because we need to level Akundayo and Valerie specifically with their points. That way we can get more relations and more stability, I believe. And both are important for leveling up. Get Valerie on that, Akundayo on that. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, let's see what these guys want, and then we'll probably wrap up stream here, I think. So let's just go through the conversations, and then we'll be done, I think. Octavia grins from ear to ear. Your baronry attacks the most unusual and interesting characters. They must have heard the rumors that your country is a place where one can live without chains and restrictions. Not long ago, I was visited by an appraiser of magical items, a rare and sought-after profession in many countries. This man proposed that he settle in our lands and open his own store. I agreed, and then and there. Why can't we be good as Absalom, right? In tribute, he offered his new ruler a valuable gift, but he didn't dare select a specific item for you. Instead, he simply invites you to choose from all his finest things he keeps from his best storerooms. Octavia hands you a small list, written in pieces of parchment in ornate handwriting. We'd best not be greedy and choose just one of them. You look through the list. The appraiser offers you a choice of 3 magical items. One of them attracts good weather and good luck. The second one allows you to dominate animals, and the third one, to influence the emotions of sentient creatures. I can either control weather and luck, I can dominate animals, or influence the minds of my subjects. I'll go with the weather and luck. Why not? Great. I'll express your gratitude to the appraiser. Indeed. Because having good luck is always good for a leader, and having good weather is always nice. It'll help us in the long run. Stephen Armstrong, a nobleman from Ravoy, has arrived. He requests your approval to open a small business. He desires to open a few leather working shops in your domain, to tan skins. The alchemical enterprise would make an unpleasant neighbor. Of course, the locals won't be happy about the waste and the smell, but we must concentrate on our business interests and relationship with our neighboring countries. The people of Ravoy will happily pay to move these tanneries away from their homes. But you have the right to make whatever decision you consider best for the country. Okay, hold on. The locals won't be happy about the waste and the smell, but we must concentrate on our business interests and relationships with our neighboring countries. Okay. I trust your opinion. Valerie nods solemnly. I'll give the order to prepare a location for the tanneries. The guards will deal with any loudmouths who complain about the smell. Good. At the very least, we get a tannery, so that's nice. And we get it for free. So, hey, I'm not complaining. And we're now at 96 BP. We've done the business. Do we have anything else that we need to do? Not that I'm aware of. Strong nation. Cost of buildings are reduced by even more. Cruising economic status. If we get 160 BP, is nice. Customs are also a thing. We've got 30 crisis points, jeez. That's going to be helpful, I'm sure. Curses, no. I mean, we can worry about them, but I I need currency, so I digress. I think we've done a lot for this stream, and I don't think I can do more, because I got stuff to do after all. Oh, hello. Greetings, Your Grace. Allow me to pay my respects and deliver a gift on behalf of my master, a well-known connoisseur of magical artifacts, kindly welcomed by you in the capital. Let me introduce myself. Erlene Greyridge, at your service. The girl bows briefly and springs back up. She casts a curious, assessing glances across the throne room and holds out a package. This is a modest gift from my master, Your Grace. May it serve you well, and in case you're looking for more... Irene looks at you sideways and slides mysteriously. I beg you to forgive my audacity, but since Destiny has given me the opportunity to speak with you face to face... You see, my master is a highly educated and respected specialist. But unfortunately, he has no business acumen whatsoever. For my part, as much as I appreciate collectible items of great aesthetic value, I'm far more interested in turning my knowledge in this sphere towards tangible profit. If you take an interest in obtaining magical items without all this hassle, I could arrange it. Tell me more about your offer. You see, over all my years of travel, I've built up a long list of contacts across Golarion. In other words, I can acquire magical rarities, no matter distance or difficulty. If you kindly help me open up my own shop, I'll gladly quit my master and use my talents for your benefit. Arlene stops speaking and looks to you expectantly. Considering the circumstances, sorry. I won't tolerate smuggling in my domain. Guards, take her to prison. Arlene cowers in fear. No, Your Grace, I beg you. Forgive my insolence. Don't kill me. Since this is your first time, I'll give you a break. Never set foot in here again. I was just told not to deal with smuggling, so it's probably for the best. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I'm probably just gonna wrap it up, so yeah. So for those of you on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification if you want to see more of stuff. I stream daily, so if you want to check my stuff out, come see the Twitch. For those of you on Twitch, follows are always appreciated. And if you want to support my efforts, following is the best way to do so currently. Because, you know, the more followers I have, the more content I can give you guys. So, for that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Take care, everyone.